This episode is cool. You talk about sense of belonging and really Winry liking assholes. This episode is all about Winry. Both ideas that I pick up on this episode to talk about is based solely on Winry. Winry really shines in this. This is the episode right after she is totally struck out because she got the gun and she almost sicked. Hope it's sick. Sick revenge on her parents, and she's totally down. She's totally depressed because she almost did something horrible, and then something amazing happens right before she goes on she goes back home. A bunch of people call her, and her mentor calls her, and he's like, oh my god, you have to come back because you're needed. Everybody needs you to fix their automails. And I think that's a small tool that we all can learn from this anime, from this, again, silly cartoon that some 30-year-old asshole on the internet is fixated on for some reason, and we never know why. We'll never find out. And what is so subtle is this is another tool where we can just fight, depression and our lows in our lives. Because just like Winry, we all make mistakes. We all have times where we just fuck up. We just aren't our best. We just don't do what is needed. We make mistakes. So sometimes we just don't have any successes. And just the fact where you're needed somewhere and you have this sense of belonging, again, that's in the thumbnail, that's where you can fight depression, you can fight your lows, you can not give up and fight another day. Because something I also found out, mostly what you want to do in everything in life, in YouTube channel, companies, everything, investments, is you gotta survive another day. You gotta fight on another day. So you gotta find ways to just survive. And after surviving, the good times will come back, and you will be a better person. You will have successes, but you gotta survive. And sometimes it's literally surviving yourself because you're in such a bad spot in your life that your mind's not with you anymore. And again, this small snippet in this anime with this character just shows one of the ways we just survive to win and to kill and to go after our real purpose, which is belonging and really being useful to society and really having a job. And again, that's something that Japanese society, at least culturally, is really focused on, and they really motivate that. And something else that happens in this episode is Winry just falling in love for Edward, and I think that's hilarious. Because, it's obvious that's gonna happen, but the snippets they chose to show Edward, and oh my god, what she's seeing in him is like hilarious. Because he's like just freaking out and being the asshole he is. He's just, going after his purpose and not caring about Winry, and she's like just a chick, just oh my god, he's such an asshole. He's just doing his thing and not caring about me. I think I'm falling for him, and I mean his shoulders are big. I mean, what is going on in here? And it's hilarious. Again, and this anime, the fact this freaking cartoon basically is showing that is even more hilarious. And the fact that I'm talking about it is more hilarious. and it's hilarious. And again, this is something I observe in my life. I observe some things that happen sometimes in my life, sometimes that happens in other people's lives. And again, hopefully you try to see it in your life. And I think the both the themes I chose today, they're in this episode, they really intertwine really well, because having this sense of belonging and having a bunch of missions, which to me definitely having this YouTube channel is one of my missions, and I have other missions, jobs and things, and I invest and I do some other shit. Gotta do it. That that fights off, depression. And again, if you're a guy, that gets you chicks, man, because you have a bunch of missions. You really have no time or mind space to actually care about them, and it's way easier to be aloof with them. You're really making something happen. And that's it. I hope you guys like this episode. Thank you very much. See you guys next time.